Good afternoon. I, Puneet Gupta, lecturer in GPCG Patiala. I am here to present my lecture on overview of operating system. The operating system is a main program of the computer. Without operating system, we can't operate the computer. So my lecture is to give the overview of a operating system, what our operating system is, and how it control the whole system. Now start with my lecture. The first software. A software is a set of program which perform a well defined function. The well defined function means the desired operation that the user want. Software do that function for the software do that function for the user. It is a set of the instructions or command written in the sequence which perform a particular task. Is a set of instruction. The set of instructions are the commands that are given by the user to perform a particular task. A predefined task which a user want to do is done by a program or a software. Without a software, the hardware does not know what to do. If there is no software in the system, then hardware doesn't know what a user want from it and what he had to do on it. And basically the hardware is a to perform any operation on the hardware, we need the software, the set of the software on to operate. The two basic types of the softwares are the system software and the application software. Now this is one each of them one by one. System software. A system software are the software which are necessary for the computer system to initialize. If I want to start the system, we need a system softwares. Without these software, we are not able to start the computer system. If I want my system is start without the system software, then it is not possible in our computer. It hide the complexity of computer hardware and user. It differentiate the hardware from the user. The user doesn't know how the hardware is operating, and the hardware doesn't know how the user giving the instruction to them. These it built a complexity between both of them. The various type of system softwares are operating system, language processor, utility program, and the device driver. Here the operating system, the topic of the today is operating system. Before that, I want to give a brief information about the application software. And application software are used to enhance the capability of the computer system. If I want to enhance the capability of the system, we don't need to start up the system, but we want a software which are used to enhance the capability, which are used to increase the capability of the system. We use application software. These are the software which are not necessary to run the computer system, but these are used to perform the various tasks depending on the need of the user. What a user want, this application software can do that thing for the user. The software perform a particular task, particular work for which it is designed. The function which it has to perform is done by the software. It comprises of programs that are used to solve a specific problems. The example of the application softwares are the PageMaker, MS Office. MS Office means MS Word, MS PowerPoint, all that things. Corel Draw, Front Page, and many more application software like C language, VB language, Java language, all are considered in this application software. Now the application software are of two types: personal software and the software package. The personal software is a software designed and developed to fulfill the requirement of a single user. A single user want a special task to work. That operation, that work can be done by the personal software. A software package is a generalized package that are used by a specific group of the users. The users that want some necessary information for the control of the package. The group of the users, they use this software package. Now the various types of the system softwares. First one is an operating system, the topic of the today. The operating system is a set of master program which is used to decide to control entire operation of the system. The computer is start with the operating system, all the function, all the minor functions are controlled by the operating system. Without operating system, we are not able to start our system. If operating system is not present in our computer, then the system will never start. Operating system is a general purpose software which is involved in each and every activity of the computer. The every activity which are performed by the computer system is done by using the operating system. The operating system are also used to provide the interface between the hardware and the user. The user, the person which are using the system, and the hardware, the various hardware part like your monitors, your printer, your keyboard, mouse, all that hardware system, they provide a interface, a communication link between the user and the hardware. It manage all the entire working of hardware through its various management functions. All the it provide all the management functions to manage all the hardwares present in the system. The operating system are designed to provide an environment in which user can easily interface with computer to execute the programs. They are very provide an environment which is very easily for the users to operate the system or to execute the program on the system. Now the language processor, a language processor are used to translate the high level language program or a assembly level language program to the low level program. It convert the program written in a human understandable language. Human understand language, that is a program written in a programming language, any of the programming language like C language or Java language or in VB language. The program written in the human understandable language to the machine understandable language. Machine understandable language means that a language in a binary format, because the system understand only the binary format, that is in the form of 0 and 1. The language processor convert that human understandable language to the binary language or a programming or any low level language. The various language processors are compiler, interpreter and the assembler. Here the compiler is a program, is a set of program which convert the high level program written in a high level language to the low level language in the binary form, and converts the high level program to the low level, that means the binary form. The various example of the compiler are the Turbo C, which convert the C language program into the binary format, Java C, which convert the Java programming language to the binary format. Second one is a interpreter. Here interpreter is also a converter of high level language to the low level language, that means in the binary format, but it convert the whole program in step by step. After one line it gives a message, and next it convert it in steps, but in the compiler we compile the whole program in single step, but in the interpreter we compile it by line. Assembler is a program which convert the assembly language to the low level language. Assembly language is a language which are written by a microprocessors or in the middle level language. The program written in the middle level language are the assembly language programs that are converted into the low level or binary format by the assembler. If I do a microprocessor programming by using microprocessor commands, then we need a assembler to convert into the binary format. Now the utility programs. Utility programs are the programs provided to ensure the proper functioning of the computer. If I want the proper functioning given by the computer, I want to ensure that the system provide a proper functioning, then we need a utility program. The utility program are used to erase temporary files, to take the backup files, to save the system from the viruses, and it's also sure that the system is correctly working for us. These are the work done by the utility program. The various utility programs are the text editor, backup utility, compression utility, disk fragmenter and antivirus software. Here the text editor is a editor which edit the text, create the text for it, cut, copy, paste, all the functions are presented here. It manipulate the text according to our needs, And second one is a backup utility. If I want a backup of our system, the things which are stored in the system, I want to take a backup, I want to store it somewhere, then we use a backup utility. The third one is a compression utility. There is a large program, I want to compress that program, then I need a compression utility. To compress a large files into the small files, we need a compression utility. Next one is a disk defragmentation. Here a disk defragmentation means I want to save my memory, I want to collect the unused memory at a same position, at the same at the in a sequence, then I use a disk defragmentation property utility in the system. Last one is the antivirus software. Any antivirus software to save the system from the viruses. There are large number of viruses present in the computer world. If I want to save my system from the viruses, we need a antivirus software. These all are the utility program which come under the to save or to ensure the proper working of the computer. These are the software, they are not necessary to run the system, but if they are not present, then it not possibly correct that our system is working properly. Next one is a device driver. The last the last topic of the main system software. The device driver is a program that acts as an interface between the device and the operating system. There are large number of input and the output devices. There are large number of input and output devices present in our system, and each input and output devices has its own instruction to operate and control. If I want to control or operate any device, any input or output device, then I have to understand it. But it's not necessary that the operating system which are we using are understand that device. So a special software is created to operate as a link between the device and the operating system, that is called a device driver. If I want to use any device, then I need a device driver to operate that device. Here each device need a driver to operate. Some of the device drivers are present in the operating system, already present in the operating system, the installed operating system. Some of the device drivers are included in it, but some of the device driver we have to install before using that device. We have to install it from the CD or any other storage media, from net, anywhere it occurs, it come. We have to install that device driver to operate that device. Now the various examples of the operating system. The operating system is a part which we are using in each and every system. There are large number of examples present in the world for the operating system, but the operating system which are mainly used in by us, that are DOS. This is our first operating system given by the Microsoft. It also stand from the disk operating system. It's a command line operating system. Second one is a Windows. Today we are using the Windows operating system, Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows Vista, Windows 2000, and Windows XP. There are so many Windows which are coming. This is also launched by the Microsoft. The Unix is an operating system given by the IBM, and this is an operating system well defined, used for the networking purpose. Linux is similar as a Unix, but the thing is it's a freeware operating system, and it is freely used, freely come in the market. Macintosh is an operating system which is given by the Apple, and it's mostly used in the Apple products. And OS2 is a software again given by the Microsoft. And Minix is same as a Unix, but it is a operating system that are given by the Microsoft. It's used for the networking purposes. Solaris is a operating system which is given by the Sun Industry. Now some of the operating system which are we generally use are discussed here. First one is a DOS. DOS is a first operating system which are launched by the Microsoft, and it's a command line operating system, text based interface, where a user has to type the commands. The user has to type the various command to operate on the DOS. DOS is a single user operating system launched by the Microsoft. the commands are simple to type, but the user have to learn that commands. If the user doesn't know the commands, it have to make it has no way to operate the operating system, that make the operating system very difficult. By this operating system, a layman person can't use this operating system. You have to learn and remember the commands of the DOS to operate on the DOS operating system. They are the three main files that are the main files of the DOS operating system. When we install a DOS operating system in our system, the three files are coming, that are MS DOS. It contains all the functions uh, of the systems. It contains all the necessary functionality of the system. Second one is IOSys. IOSys is the input output system files. It contains all the information about the input and output files of the DOS operating system. And the command.com. Last one is a command.com. It's a file, it's a operator, it's a operation where all the commands which we are running are present in it. The meaning of that commands are present in this command.com. Some of the commands of DOS are dir. Dir to use, this command is used to show the files and the directory of the system. Second one is md, to make a directory. If I want to create a directory, I want to create a folder, then I use this command md, the name of the command. So third one is cd, to change the directory. If I want to change the directory, we need this command cd. Copycon, to create the files. If I want to create a file, we use a copycon command. Type to see the file which I already created. I want to see that file, we need a type command. Edit, we need a the file which we are saved by using copycon command. I want to edit that file, I need this command edit. Exit, to exit from the DOS, we need the command exit. Date and time, to show the date and the time function of the DOS system, from the system, that is we use that date and time commands. Second operating system is Windows. Windows is a graphic based operating system. Windows supports a feature of WYSI WYG, that is what you see is what you get. The function which we see on the screen, that is a thing we are getting from the Windows. The Windows is a multitasking operating system. Here the multitasking mean we can run a multiple application at the same time in the Windows operating system. At the DOS, it's not possible in that case of DOS ki we are running the two application at the same time. But in the window, we run two or more application at the same time. For example, if I want to do some task on a notepad or on a word, and at the same time I want to listen a song from background, then I can do this thing in the Windows operating system. But it is not possible in the case of DOS operating system, because DOS is a single tasking operating system where a single task can be done. But in the case of Windows, we can run a multiple task. Again, the Windows is also launched by the Microsoft. The Microsoft second operating system is a Windows operating system. The various version of the Windows which are coming in the market are Windows 95, the very first version. This Windows 95 come with the DOS. Firstly, we have to start the DOS, then the Windows 95 is started. Beside these, there is a Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows NT, Windows 2000, and Windows Vista. These are some of the Windows which are coming in the market. And the Windows is a most favorite or most used operating system in the world, because its capability to handle each and every device. It has a capability to handle the devices of different companies. If I want to use a monitor of HCL company, and I want to use the processor of any other company, the Windows is an operating system which support each and every device, each and every system at a single platform. That is not possible in any other operating system. The various elements of the window, when we open a window screen, then the various elements which are coming on the screens are my computer, the icons, the various icon which shortcut to the various thing. Recycle bin, it contain the wasted things or deleted files. Wallpaper, the first screen, the desktop where the wallpaper is present. Taskbar, the bar, the bar at the end of the screen is called a taskbar. Start menu, from where we start the various options, it contains various programs in it, that are the start menus. Now the Linux or the Unix. A Unix is a multitasking, multi-user time sharing operating system. A Unix is a multitasking. We use it for the multi operations, multi functions, multi-user. Multi-user means it can use at by the different user at different times. We can create the different levels for each and every user. And the time sharing operating system, it also provides the facility of time sharing between the tasks, and it's a operating system which is used for the networking. The operating system used for the networking, if I want a system for the networking, then the Unix is a best one operating system. The Unix architecture consists of, if I go down in the Unix architecture, then it consists of three things, that is a hardware, kernel and the shell. Hardware is a hardware which we are using. Kernel is a operating system, Unix operating system name is a kernel, and shell is a interface between the user and the Unix operating system, that is in the user and the in the kernel. The kernel is a master program that control all the resources of the computer system, allocate the resources to the different users and to the different tasks. The shell is an interface between the user and the Unix operating system. That means that the kernel, if I want to use the kernel, if I want to use the any hardware through kernel, then I have to operate from it from the shell. And now the second is a Linux. Linux is similar to the Unix. It is almost same as a Unix, and but it is a freeware and open source operating system. It coding, it open source, it coding is present on the net, and we can freely download it from the net or anywhere else, and it's a free operating system. In fact, we can also code the Linux operating system according to the our needs. Now the importance of the operating system. The operating system acts as an interface between the hardware and the user. The operating system is a link between the hardware and the user. If I want to communicate with the hardware, then we need a operating system. The hardware do not know the needs of the user. The hardware don't know that what are the needs of the user, what a user required, and the user doesn't know how to operate the system hardware, and user doesn't know about how to operate the hardware, how to give the instruction to the hardware to perform a operation which he want. The operating system provide that link between both of them. The user can easily use a hardware by using this operating system. If this is a direct link between a hardware, then we have to, it's very difficult to operate that hardware. We have to give the instruction by giving a manual works to them. But by using operating system, you just have to give the command. Rest of the work is done by the operating system. It also provide better utilization of a hardware. By using the operating system, it's very fast up than the human body, human, then it provide the better utilization of the hardware and the software resources. The operating system is provide the convenience to the user and the make the computer more efficient by better utilization of system resources. If I want to use the system resources, it provide a better utilization. It provide the proper utilization of the system resources. Now the various services that the operating system do for us. The operating system provide the better environment for the execution of the program. It provides certain services to program to the user which are using that programs. The services are different from one operating system to the another. Each operating system has its own services, but the basic some of the basic services are the common. The main services are the common. These services provide the convenience to the programmer and make the programming task easier. These services which are given by the operating system provide ease to the user, the programmer which are using that operating system. The services are categorized into the two different forms. Services that are invoked by the user, a user which is using that operating system that invoke that services, and second, the services invoked to ensure the efficient operation of the system. The computer system which has to operate may need some services to ensure the proper functioning of the computer. We need we need that services. Now the various computer system services. The various computer system services are program execution, IO operation, file system manipulation, communication, error detection, resource allocation, accounting and protection. Here the program execution. A program execution is a services is a part when I want to run a program, and the system must able to load the program into the memory and to run it. A system has a capability to load a program and to run it. The program must able to end it, able to end by using its execution. If I want to execute a program properly, then we need this services that is called a program execution. Second one is a IO operation. The various operation a running program need a various types of input output devices that for enter the data. If I want to enter the data from the keyboard, if I want to take the printout from the printer, we need the various input output operation. These operations are done by the IO operation services. Next one is file system manipulation. If I want to manipulate the various files present in the operating system, manipulate the file means if I want to create a file, if I want to read the file, write the file, and if I want to close that file, delete that file, then these are the file manipulation services. These all are done by the operating system. Next one is a communication. Communication is done under the two levels. Processor executing on the same computer at the same place. If the processor is running on a same place, on a same environment, then we need then we need a communication between that two processes. And second one, the processor executing on the network on the different system, then also we need the communication. This communication is done by the shared memory or the message passing. If I share a common memory for the storing of the data, then this is a one way of the communication. And second is by message passing. I pass the message from one system to the another. This is a part of the communication. This is also done by the operating system. Error detection. If I want to detect the error in the system, if a system is running, whether the present hardware is working correctly or not, whether the any hardware I needed is connected to the system or not, these all are detected by the error detection method. Operating system provide the initial message to your screen that this thing is not present in your computer system, this device is not working properly. These all are messages are given by the operating system. Now next one is a resource allocation. If I want to run a program in the system, then the different resources are allocated to that process. If I want to execute any program, we have to give it in the CPU that become a process. Then we have to give the various resources to them, that are we have to give them the input output devices, we have to give them the files, we have to give it the memory. These all the resources are given to the process. These all are allocated by the operating system, or allocate and managed by the operating system. Accounting, the number of resources given to a process, how much number of resources, and when the resources are given to them, and how long the resources are given to them, all that managed by the operating system. Protection, it protect the system from various user. It provide the password to us to protect it from the other user. I need a protection from the system, from the viruses. These all services are provided by the operating system. First five are the services which are given by the user to for any work, and the last three services are the services which operating system generate itself for its proper working. Now the software organization of a operating system, how the operating system is stand in our system. Here the last the computer hardware, here the in last where there is a hardware in where the hardware devices, that various devices like your keyboard, mouse, processor are present. Second one is an operating system, the master program which control this hardware. Upside that there is a compiler, assembler. This is a part of the system programs which convert the program into the low level language so that the hardware can understand it. And the various text editors, database systems, or various application program like your C language, Java language are also present here at that layer. And the top layer is of user, where the user, the layperson is standing, and the layperson give the commands. From that side, the command goes towards the system programs, or through system program or application program to the operating system. User type, user give the instructions or command by using these system or the